Hello, Divine Masculines. Thank y'all so much for watching and tuning in to the extra part to your love reading, okay? And this is going to be a more intimate, more sensual, more sexual based intention for pulling, okay? We're going to see what needs to come through for you for the sake of you and your divine counterpart, okay? For whoever it is that you're currently with that you know that's your divine counterpart, or someone that you're currently manifesting, okay? So if there's any resonance, reassurance, hope that it brings you resonance, reassurance, clarity in some way, shape, or form. But if not, it's all good. This simply means it's not your energy, but we're going to get into it for you, okay? So I need to get some more full of water. I'm low. Maybe want to stop and order it right now, but I'll do it in a minute. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into your energy. But first, we're going to pull some characteristic oracle cards, okay, as it pertains to you and your person. What could come up about them as far as your physical appearance, their physical appearance, or character traits, okay? Let's see. We're not going to do a lot on these because we've already kind of like, I've broken down your love reading, and I think this is the third installment for your love reading, okay? So yeah, I've broken it down pretty good for you. So do your loving guys and girls, what do the divine masculines need to know? Communicate, socially active, extroverted personality, male or female. So you could be an extrovert, or your person could be an extrovert, or both if you could, okay? Communicative, socially active, extroverted personality, male or female. What else needs to come through? Thank you. We got selfish, taker, user, non-investment, manipulator, only concerned with self, or only concerned with self-centered, okay? Mentally checked out. Exit here, baby, I'm already gone, autopilot, overworked, exhausted, doesn't want to try anymore, I'm out. Interesting. Let's keep pulling, because I mean, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I can't really make sense of it right now, because it just seems like somebody is completely opposite of you, or completely opposite in their feelings about the situation. This says antisocial, quiet, observant, introverted, male or female personality, okay, because this is the chunk that flipped. Okay, what else needs to come through for this? Because this is a little, I don't know, somebody hot, somebody cold, or somebody's open and somebody isn't. Okay. It's like y'all are on two different frequencies maybe, or you're moving two different ways. I feel like you may have your eye on this person. Turn on, it's a yes, confirmation, thank you. Yeah, you got your eye on this person. Sweetheart, kind, sweet, adorable, innocent energy. This is something that you've observed about them. But what is interesting to me, real quick, is we got this selfish, taker, non-investment, manipulator, only concerned with self, or self-centered. Then we got mentally checked out. This either is a truth concerning you, your person, or just a perception. This could be a perception. Give me clarity on this selfish, mentally checked out energy right here. What does this mean? What is this pertaining to? Thick, curvy body type. So, I mean, I would assume that this is a female. Okay, thick and curvy body type, more than likely that was the intention of who I wrote it for. But yeah, like I said, I feel like you've been watching this person. I feel like you could be socially extroverted and communicative. They just may not be. There's this perception possibly that they could be a selfish person, or there's this perception that she may have of you, or that they may have of you, or that you may have of them, where they could be a manipulator. They could be selfish, and self-centered. But then followed by that is mentally checked out. So to me, it's just giving perception. Like, when you see somebody and, when you're judging based off of someone's look, or that engagement that day, or engagement as far as communication, conversation, or whatever, you saw them do something, it's easy to just judge and be like, oh, they're selfish, oh, they're a manipulator. you know, they're mean, they're rude. But in all actuality, they could just be mentally checked out. They could be on fucking autopilot. They could be tired. Hold on, y'all. Okay. They could be actually tired, because what's followed by selfish taker is mentally checked out. Exit here. Numb. Baby, I'm already gone. Autopilot, overworked, exhausted, doesn't want to try anymore. I'm out. So it's like, I don't think that this person may not necessarily want to try with you if you guys have ever tried anything, but it's more so a perception of where this person is, because someone is extroverted and someone is introverted. So I feel like you guys are possibly very opposite when it comes to that, and it's kind of like you're not sure. You possibly may not be 100% sure about how to approach this situation or approach them, because they don't seem approachable. Something about you or something about them just does not give approachable. It just doesn't. And it's something that you like. It's something about that you like. Like, you probably like the fact that you just can't come up to them, or you've observed about this person that, you know, can't nobody just walk up on them or walk up to them. And you know what I mean? They're very selective. They're very reserved. You know what I'm saying? They're very observant. Okay, sweetheart, kind, sweet, adorable, innocent energy. This is what you think about this person. This is what you think about this lady. This is something that you've observed. You know what I mean? Or you're slowly but surely understanding. Thank you. Somebody's dark skin. Okay, chocolate, milk chocolate, dark chocolate, special dark, or chocolate overall. Then we got next is serious about you. Real pressure. Let's go as far as we can. Let's go as far as we can take it, baby. I like this. I like us. I'm focused on us and this long-term perspective. So yeah, there's some, okay. There's probably a dark-skinned, thick and curvy lady. There's probably a dark-skinned male that's extroverted or possibly introverted, antisocial. There's some form of perception that's kind of like been distorted, and I feel like you're seeing them differently now, or you're probably understanding how they move or why they move the way that they move, you know, and that somehow is a turn on for you. That somehow intrigues you even more, and it's kind of giving you a different insight into who they are or who they could possibly be once you get to know them, or once you guys come into each other's energy. Okay, but there's somebody is serious. I'm drinking water, y'all, but somebody is serious. Okay, this is again serious about you. Real pressure. Let's go as far as we can take it, baby. I like this. I like us. I'm focused on us, this long-term perspective. So it's something that you like about this woman. It's something that this woman likes about you that is opposite of her. I think possibly maybe the way that, you know, they move, it intrigues you, but it also kind of like reassures you that, you know, this is someone that you could possibly trust, or someone that you could possibly not necessarily have to worry about, because this person is already kind of like guarded, or the opposite of what you are. You know, if you're antisocial and guarded, they're probably extroverted and communicative. Okay, it says turn off, it's a no. And then we got plus size frame body. I don't know why I feel the need not to take that. I don't know why. Let me take that back up off the table. I just feel a need. They were like, nah, that ain't it. I know, y'all. Not trying to manipulate anything, but that's just what I feel very strongly. It's like, nah, that ain't it. You know what I'm saying? I'll take that off the table. That's not what needs to come through. So let's do one more shuffle, and if it comes back out, we know something. But that's what I feel very strongly. Don't take that. So I'm not going to take it. All right. Let's see what's next. What else needs to come through for your loving guidance and grace? It says turn off. It's a no. Somebody assertive, aggressive, intimidating, male or female, competitive, possibly confrontational. Somebody either this is a truth that you feel or that they feel, or this is just a perception. Like, turn off is to no, and then assertive, aggressive, intimidating. To me, this is feeling like perspective and perception about you, or perception and perspective about this person. You may be thinking a certain way because of how they respond. They may be thinking a certain way because of how you respond. But it's not necessarily the case. I don't know why I'm getting that. And I'm not trying to make it seem like that is the case. But that's what I'm getting. Somebody feel like, I don't know why I'm getting somebody feel like you don't like them. Or you feel like this person doesn't like you. Or they just would rather not be around you. Like, there's certain responses of reassurance and confirmation that you usually get from women, or just people in general, that kind of like give them a telltale sign. Okay, I know if they did this, they like me. This person doesn't give you any of that. And that is what I think kind of confuses you. Confirmation, thank you. Yeah, that's what I think kind of confuses you. It's kind of like, damn, I'm getting, damn, does she like me or not? Damn, am I her type or not? I mean, did she look at me today? I don't know. It's just kind of, it's giving that. It's like, and because of how this person acts, because they're quiet, observant, or introverted, or extroverted, and not really paying attention to you, it's kind of like, you don't know if they are, you don't know if they aren't. Somebody is serious, but somebody is mentally checked out. You guys are on opposite wavelengths for some reason. Because funny how turn on it's a yes falls right under turn off it's a no. So again, to me, this literally feels like perspective, perception, vision. You know, how you're perceiving things, how they're perceiving things. That's what it feels like. You know what I mean? They could possibly feel that you're assertive or aggressive or intimidating in some way. Your personality could be intimidating to this introverted person. You know, their extroverted personality possibly could be intimidating to you. You know, I don't know what role you're playing in this, or what role they're playing, but that's what it's giving. It's like you two are on two different wavelengths. You know, you guys are like opposite. I was just playing damn, acted serious, but wasn't acting foolish and regrets it. I'm in for my own reasons, not for real. Yeah, somebody, okay. Somebody think it's a joke. Or they just think shit is a joke. Guarded, yeah. Thank you for the confirmation, guys. Use divine guys around. Somebody has trust issues. Somebody is very guarded. Somebody has a certain perception about certain things, and if they get a hint of a red flag, they're out. If it was a failed first impression, it's like if it failed the first time, it's not going to succeed the second time. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that's the mentality that they're having, or that's the type of mentality that you're having about this right now. Because you may have done something, you may have came off a certain way that just kind of like did not appease this person or even intrigue them at all. It kind of actually possibly turned them off. And because, you know, how you acted or how they acted, however it happened, because it turned them off, it turned you on, because it's something that doesn't usually happen to you. People usually are all about whatever you're about. You know what I'm saying? Just because you possibly could be charming or attractive or whatever. But it just gives it this person, you know, this person didn't see you that way. Or however you triggered them, however you said something or did something, it was just kind of like, ugh. You know what I mean? And they were kind of like, not, thank you for the confirmation. They were kind of like, no, I'm not, You know what I'm saying? That's a red flag. That's a telltale sign right there. You know, somebody is guarded. Like I said, somebody got trust issues. You know, they don't want to deal with anything that they don't want to, they don't want to deal with, they don't want to come into wifting distance of anything that they've used to deal with, that they used to deal with, that they used to handle, that they used to struggle with, all bad relationships, karmic toxic exes, you know, bad poor love choices. Like, they don't want to come into wifting fucking distance of anything similar to what they've had to deal with in the past. And I don't know, it's something about you physically, something about how you interacted with them, something about how something happened or took place that just like kind of really made them fall back and just was like, you know, or not there. They just don't want that. You know what I mean? This says nice short or mid-length hair, fade, curly, low haircut, low waves, short, mid-length hair. So somebody could have some short hair or mid-length hair with waves that's curly or curly fade or curly fro fade, you know, shit like that. Rushing, speeding in quickly. You probably want to come in and change their mind, you know, or you kind of want to prove a point to prove. You possibly could have a point to prove, but it's given like, I don't know, this person to me, I feel like has been disappointed a lot, or you may have been disappointed a lot, or both of y'all equally have been kind of like, you know, knocked around a little bit in the love department, you know what I'm saying, or just not have, you guys just didn't make the best choices or the best moves in love in the past, and it's kind of like both of y'all are kind of like, I don't know, you're completely opposite, but it's something about this complete oppositeness that's like either perceptive based or just issue based, you know, like they got to deal with their issues, or you got to deal with your issues, or you know, you got to deal with your perception, or they got to deal with theirs, because somebody is serious, or somebody realizes like, oh damn, I shouldn't have did that way. Changing, grow, trying to improve, self, soul work, shadow phase, hermit mode, transforming. And then we got non-confrontational. Funny how this is the complete opposite. Yeah, somebody thought some way of you because of how you did something. You did something a certain way, or they did something a certain way, or they look a certain way. It's something about something that you didn't necessarily address or inquire about, that's kind of like, well, you didn't necessarily, okay, it's kind of like if you saw something and it kind of like triggered you, or kind of like, you know, made your antenna go up as far as a red flag. It was like, oh no, that's either what you did or what they did or what both of you did. You know what I mean? But we got change and grow, trying to improve, self, soul work, shadow phase, hermit mode, transforming. Yeah, it's something that either you did or something that they did or something that both of you did that you both are trying to, like, I guess, improve or just see differently, because the opposite of assertive is non-confrontational, meek, soft-spoken, avoidant, de-escalation, keeping the peace, the mediator. So either you guys are complete opposites, or you perceive each other okay, that's what it's given. Like y'all are seeing each other in the complete opposite way that you should. All because of a misunderstanding, all because of a miscommunication or a misinterpretation of something. And it may not have even been a miss anything, right? It could have just been, you may have been out of line a little bit, or you may have been a little bit rude, or you may have been a little bit abrasive, you know, or they may have been a little bit too detached and cut off and cold, you know. It's giving something like that. Okay, let's keep pulling. Somebody could be 5'4", 5'7", 5'9", okay. Somebody's a bad cook. Okay, we got left-handed, heartbreaker. Yeah, somebody. Okay, this says a bad cook, doesn't like to cook or can't cook, possibly willing to learn, eats out a lot, pre-made entrees. So somebody does not cook, okay, or they just don't have time to do it often. So they more so kind of like, you know, do them factor meals and shit like that, you know. So yeah. But I don't know, y'all. I'm being honest with you. I thought this was gonna be sweet. I thought this was gonna be like really kind of like kind of interesting to like and fun to read, but it's not giving that. It's like y'all are on two different perspectives or wavelengths or perceptions about each other, or you just interpret each other completely differently, or just the completely wrong way that you shouldn't have. You could be seeing them a certain way, they could be seeing you a certain way, and it's just like not matching up. You know, does the ice need to be broken? I don't know. Does someone need to kind of like step forward and try? I don't know, because it's giving a whole lot of, you did something that made my antenna go up, you did something that made my antenna go up. I'm kind of good. I'm kind of okay. That's what it's giving. Okay. Anything else that needs to come through? That's what it's giving, y'all. Comfortable energy, cozy. Yeah, it's like you don't want your peace disturbed, or they don't either. Prideful, stuck up, resistant, hard to ask for help, too good to be in need, won't break character. I don't need anyone, struggling within. Somebody is in their comfort zone, or somebody is resistant to come out of their comfort zone. Possibly. I don't know. This is an interesting energy to read, y'all. Living an extreme lifestyle, not the normal. Living within means or beyond them. Anything else? Yeah, this is an interesting energy. I thought I was gonna read something like real positive and cute and all that, but that ain't what it's given. Wife or husband material, loyal, kept, choosy lover, solid companion. Build a future with legacy. No, build a future legacy with. Build a future and legacy with, okay? Somebody thinks a certain type of way about you, and you think a certain type of way about somebody, and that's something that I think is possible. Neither one of you want to feel like that, but because of what you may have gone through in the past, it's kind of like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Because of what you may have experienced, or whatever bad guy role, good guy role either one of you may have played, it's kind of like, I don't know. Like, because it just doesn't make any sense. How is it assertive but at the same time non-confrontational? How is it antisocial but at the same time extroverted? How is it a turn on but then at the same time it's a turn off? Like, it's a complete opposite of something. And this anytime my oracles are coming out like up and down, hot and cold, it's like a perspective thing. It's a misinterpretation. That's what it feels like. It's a misinterpretation. It's a misinterpretation of something. A perception, a persona, whatever. Last pull. I don't know if this even needs 18 plus, y'all. Beautiful long hair, curly, straight, or wavy. So they could have this type of hair, or you could. I keep thinking it's the way somebody thinks about you, or it's the way that you think about somebody, or it's the way that both of you sometimes think about each other that kind of like dampens the perspective and the perception of who you both truly are. Maybe you both are misinterpreting each other. You know what I'm saying? Well, when you did this, I thought this. Well, that's not what I meant. You know what I mean? But I'm not getting a whole lot of communication. I'm getting a whole lot of opposite energies. Opposite perspectives, you know, changing and growing and healing. But it's kind of like somebody's like under here guarded. I was just playing damn acted serious but wasn't, and then guarded right next to that. It's just giving a whole lot of, yeah, this is a big misinterpretation of two people, miscommunication. And I mean, there's really honestly no point, I feel, to pull no 18 plus of cherries on top for this, but because that's not what I'm feeling. I'm not feeling it. A real straight shooter, honest, legit, stand-up person. Their energy and action speak for itself. Certified. And I'm serious about you. So somebody took something a certain way. Something happened. There was a miscommunication, a misinterpretation, you know, a misrepresentation. It was something that was missed. And that's probably going to be the title of this reading. Something was missed in this motherfucker. So where you guys kind of like, something happened and you did something and they was like, ooh, and they did something. You were like, And it kind of like, it skewed off into that tangent, that, you know, awkward abstract tangent of what was that, you know what I mean, but no real clarity about what it was. You got wife material, someone has long beautiful curly hair. It's the complete opposite. There's a misinterpretation. That's just what it is. That's just what I'm getting, God, Jesus, divine guidance about. There's a misinterpretation here, a misinterpretation. Anything else before I move on to the next deck? Thank you. Single male or female, no extra bodies or romantic connections. Yeah. It's interpretation. And then look, the opposite of that. She's a whole pro, health risk for the streets and the world, opportunist for the sake of self, shit. Hold on. Opportunist for the sake of self only, not to be trusted. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. So look at how opposite that energy is. No extra bodies or romantic connections. They got all the bodies over here. Like, if somebody's perceiving something a certain type of way, that's not accurate. That's not accurate. And there needs to be a cleanup of, like, some form of miscommunication or misinterpretation. You know what I'm saying? Basically. That's what I'm getting. Do I want to pull 18 plus on this? Honestly, respectfully, fellas, I don't feel that. I just don't feel that. I feel like that's not what it's giving. I feel like there's some confusion that needs to get cleared up here. There's some form of misinterpretation or miscommunication that needs to get cleared up here. But I do feel like these will be more appropriate. So let's go ahead and get into this. Through your loving guidance and grace. What do Divine Masculine need to know through this deck? Thank you. Keys on a ring. Many options, decisions, unconventional, string along, one night stand. Yeah. Just like at the bottom of this deck. I'm going to just leave it right here. You know, like, they know you got options. You probably know you got options. They know you got options. You probably know they got options. You know, and it's kind of like, in which way do you fit in my life? That's what I'm getting. How can you fit in my life? You know, or something like that. Okay. I like you. Someone likes you. Romance is blooming. Fun, flirting. One you possibly date each other, or you guys probably find each other like physically attractive, you know, but as far as like the details of they look like a big fucking walking red flag to them, and you look like a big fucking walking red flag to, you know, vice versa. You look like a big fucking walking red flag, they look like a big fucking walking red flag. So both of y'all looking like fine red fucking flags to each other. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, that's what it's giving. Like, it's different, it's opposite. But there's this misinterpretation here. Stabbed in the back to me represents the energy of I was just playing damn. It also represents the energy of guarded. It also represents the energy of what's the other energies that came out? Just where the person, again, the misinterpretation of it. And then after that, in the fourth place, we got healthy choices. Making healthy choices in love and in life. Self-love, self-care, being happier. So it's like this changing, growing, transformation, self-work, shadow work. It's like I'm getting that you want this, or they want this, or you both want this, but you both are very cautious about it at the same time. Extremely cautious. Or one is just way more cautious than the other. Way more guarded than the other. Because again, the opposite energies, the energies are so opposite. Somebody's extroverted, somebody's extroverted, and somebody is introverted. Somebody comes off as aggressive or is perceived as aggressive, and the other person is seen as very docile or very non-confrontational. Date. Meeting someone new, dating, get back out there, playing, set a date. So yeah, they yeah. I don't know. It's like this person frustrates you. You probably frustrate this person, but y'all like, damn, you fine. I wanna talk to you though. Damn, I'm just, you know, it's kind of like that. It's kind of giving it. You don't want them to reject you. You don't want them to be rude to you. You don't want them to, you know what I mean, be on no bullshit, you know, like when talking to you. And they don't want that either. It's like both of y'all are like, hold on, motherfucker. I done been stabbed in the back before. I didn't try to, I didn't got so-called played before. I didn't so-called got tried before. You not gonna fucking try me. Both of y'all are attractive. Both of y'all have options. Both of you like each other, but you're really focused on making healthier choices, or just making sure that you make healthier choices. But there's this interest in each other, or there's this kind of like intrigue, but there's something that happened that caused a misinterpretation. Yeah, Cupid's arrow. Have faith, love is coming, surprise invitation or meeting, hesitation. Like, you don't want to be rejected. You don't want to be turned down. You know, you want to reach out there to her, or You know, they want to reach out to you, vice versa, but they do not want to, they don't want to regret it. Y'all don't want to regret actually trying with each other. They frustrate you, but you're attractive to them at the same time. Coffee cup, yeah. Meeting and conversing, God, Jesus, divine God, so I thank you for the confirmation. Meeting and conversing, savoring the moment, feeling uplifted, friendship, yeah. It's kind of like breaking the ice. Yeah, it's kind of like y'all may need to break the ice again. You know, it may be time for a second introduction or a second chance at a first impression. You know what I'm saying? It may be time for that. Photograph. Looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia, make new memories. Yeah, y'all want to... You don't want to... you don't want it to end like that, or you don't want, you know, a missed opportunity with them because of however you feel about them, which I feel is very intentional, is strongly, but there's a misinterpretation. And I feel like you want to clear that up. They possibly do too. But you guys just kind of got to make time for that. Whichever time and whichever way time is provided for you all to be able to actually do that, I think it'll be a positive outcome. Okay. Let's see. Lightning, sudden change, shocking news, surprise, epiphany, upheaval, transformation. Yeah, you guys are going to find out something. You guys are going to find out something. Vote. Receiving what you need, progression, arriving, moving on, closure, issues. Yeah, it's kind of like you guys are going to actually be able to move forward in some way, shape, or form. Okay. Our last pull, 311 guys and grace, thank you. Paradise, happiness, expansion, joy, playfulness, oneness, enjoying each other. Yeah, y'all just gotta break. And look, wedding rings at the bottom of the deck. It's something that they did. It's something that you did. It's something that happened that misinterpreted that whole thing, and they were like, or it's something that you did, and you know they were like, vice versa. You saw them do some shit, and you were like, nah. But damn though, it's something about them though. I just feel like it could be done better. I feel like there's a push on both of you guys' end to really want to, you know, see if there was anything missed or misinterpreted. So this is definitely a second chance at a first impression. Yeah. And it's up to you guys whether you want to do it or not. It's up to y'all whether y'all want it to be however you feel like it should be for both of you, you know, as far as you guys is meeting up and dating or going for a coffee date or whatever, an invitation to somewhere, or just, you know, a conversation. But there are feelings. The feelings are definitely there. It's just a misinterpretation of what you may have done, what they may have done, what you both may have done around each other that kind of gave each other kind of like the red flag, my antennas are up type of energy. So, with all that being said, Divine Masculine Collective, thank y'all so much for watching. Hope that y'all enjoyed this reading. Hope that whatever I said, whichever way that I said it, I hope that it resonated for you. If y'all like the vibe, hope that y'all subscribe, share, like, comment, let me know something. But if not, that's cool. I will see y'all next time with another video. Peace.